Karena there was Aksara Bookstore, there was Aksara Records, there was T-Lab, there was Cyclo, there was what else? What else did you have?
That's it, bro.
Why? What made you say we have to go back?
Well, it's the love of producing music. That's
Never
why.
left.
No, it's always stuck on us. But that's the only good thing that we can do.
Hi, welcome to the Friday Podcast. We've invited our guests to our home
Selatan gue dulu tinggalnya sini di seberang nih.
Oh gitu.
Bener, ayamnya yang cuil-cuil gitu kan.
to share the other side of every story.
Itu luar biasa banget.
Dan percaya bahwa rezeki nggak pernah ketukar.
Get ready, because we talk, you listen.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is your host, Iyas Lawrence. Sepertinya gue merasa orang ini berperan banyak untuk gue ketika awal-awal. Cerita sedikit, kayaknya the year was 2009. The year was 2009, gue besar di Tambun atau di Bekasi. Kiblat orang-orang adalah selalu Kemang. Gitu.
Kemang yeah.
Kemang is the place gitu. Dan gue jatuh cinta dengan satu kegiatan yaitu fixed gear atau bersepeda pada saat itu. And the place was Cyclo. Back in the days gitu, Cyclo.
Yeah.
Gue sempat jaga tokonya beberapa kali, datang ke acara-acaranya. Gue sempat merasakan bahwa akhirnya gue merasakan Jakarta Selatan sesungguhnya gitu. Dan I think the man that was the talk of the town ada di depan gue gitu. Om Hanin, thank you for being here.
Oh, it's a pleasure. Thank you for inviting.
What was those years like?
Oh, those were the days. I mean, Kemang. Back then was the heyday kan kita.
Yeah.
There was the bookstore kan. Cyclo was actually di belakangnya Aksara kan.
Betul.
Pas lagi fixed gear, lagi rame-ramenya, kebetulan beruntung kita bisa mempopulerkan juga the culture.
Yeah.
And then buat acaranya, ngundang-ngundang jagoan-jagoannya dari Amerika sama Jepang. Sempat semuanya, and then kaget juga gue. you work with us back then gitu.
Yeah, and I think selebih dari mungkin bersepeda, the culture was very different mungkin. I think you gave an impact to this place gitu, kota ini terutama dengan referensi yang ada. You didn't grow up here, did you?
Well, I did until SMP sih.
Yeah.
And then I went abroad from high school, and then sampai selesai di Swiss akhirnya, dari di Amerika, and then like any other people yang study abroad, they kind of want to the place of their home to be as cool as where they were gitu lah kira-kira. So I was in New York gitu kan, and then New York back then I was there back in 91 gitu kan. So it was still hip hop. So look ke klubnya gitu.
Yeah.
Dia mulai it's like hip hop.
Ini eranya kayak Def Jam gitu ya.
Exactly, Tribe Called Quest. And then Russell Simmons itu partinya kalau mau masuk tuh rebutan, kayak akhirnya berakhir dengan ribut karena semua orang pengen masuk.
Karena ada Russell Simmons.
Russell Simmons party is like the biggest gitu di New York.
You know what's so funny? A few months ago,
I
was with Russell Simmons.
No way, in Bali ya?
Di Bali. Jadi I think this was a year ago, I think.
Wow, he's a legend, bro.
He is a legend. I didn't know. I mean, he looked very, very much
fit,
Fit, tapi he looks older, obviously.
Definitely, yeah.
So I was in this, I think it was club. Gue sama Semi Bramantio dari Seringai. We were just having a drink, and then we went outside. Terus gue liat naik motor Scoopy, gue bilang, this guy looks like Russell Simmons. Terus gue kayak, yeah, he didn't look. I didn't want to say hello, and then he took his Yankees hat.
Oh, and
then he put it on. I was like, that's fucking Russell Simmons.
Yeah.
So I came up to Russell Simmons. I said, hey, you know what? Big fan. Love Def Jam and everything. He said hi. We took a selfie.
Oh, wow.
And that was it, kan? Terus gue balik ke taxi. I sat down. I said to Sammy, we just met Russell Simmons. Terus I was like, what is he doing? And then we looked up online. Sexual assault.
Iya, he was actually beneran emang dia tuh kabur sih istilahnya. He's in hiding.
Yes,
Yeah, apparently, yeah. I mean,
motherfuckers in Bali, right?
I know. I hope he didn't hear us.
No. Are you
He's in
good
Bali.
friends? Are you? No, tapi that was the party then gitu ya.
Yeah, the
91 ya?
party, yeah. Apa namanya? So, hip hop was such a big culture gitu kan. This is like De La Soul, Tribe Quest gitu. Itu pasnya zaman-zamannya gue clubbing itu kayak gitu. Jadi kayak that's my first clubbing experience was like with hip hop gitu kan ya. Terus habis itu, and then later at 12 or 12 baru keluar house-nya back then was like garage house gitu kan, yang kayak sekarang udah ngetop banget, udah legend gitu. Back then they were still playing gitu kan.
Wow.
Yeah, crazy. Terus yeah, it's like that. So and then of course lu pas balik yeah, you pas udah selesai kan pengen juga you want your city to be as cool as them gitu kan. So,
What about Swiss?
Oh, Swiss is not cool, man.
tapi berperan banyak untuk hidup.
Oh iya,
Hanif.
kalau nggak lulus gue. Itu gak ada apa-apa asli, kayak cuman it's very empty. Cuman gue I was lucky enough to my school was in Montreux. Jadi ada setiap tahunnya ada Montreux Jazz Festival.
Betul.
Kan. So it was like I saw a lot of acts gitu, like Jamiroquai 2 kali gitu. You know, like crazy si Jamiroquai. Wow. Dia kalau manggung, you know, like spliff, like there's no tomorrow gitu. I mean, terus habis itu dia yang
And he's still rocking it now.
He's still rocking until now ya.
Ya, gila sih, gila. Tapi I think growing up sebegitu beruntungnya di 2 kota, I mean Montreal and also New York gitu. Who thinks of that? Why those 2 particular cities as a apa ya bilangnya growing up gitu?
Well, gue pertama kali waktu high school, gue nyusul kakak gue kan, apa namanya gitu, ada masuk ke boarding school gitu di Massachusetts, like 1,5 jam dari Boston gitu. It's like schoolnya di atas gunung gitu. You know, very peaceful kayak gitu. Ada dorm, and then you gotta wear suit and tie once a week kayak gitulah. And then
all boys.
No, it's co-ed, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Thank God it was co-ed.
No. But back then it was all boys kan normally.
Ada
schools,
masih the some, but it's already changes. Apa udah most of the boys school akhirnya berubah jadi co-ed. Tapi ada juga yang masih tetap sih gitu.
Yeah.
Ya terus habis itu ya gue diterima aja di New York waktu itu. Tapi even when I'm still in boarding school, I have a lot of already friends orang Indonesia yang udah tinggal di Manhattan gitu. So sometimes some weekends gitu gue kesana gitu kan, udah diajakin ke clubbing gitu. So yeah, so New York already shape up my life. Apa namanya?
Sering balik tapi
ke sana.
ke Jakarta dari New York pas lagi di sana.
Ya sering sih, I was spoiled. Gue sering balik ya, paling kalau winter kayak gitu-gitu sih. Gue sering balik kayak gitu-gitu sih, because my parents.
So going back to mungkin ketika lagi di era itu gitu, why did you have the need to make Jakarta feel like New York? What was it missing out of from?
Yeah, well, back then the choices was Musro. And then ya udah sih, cuman I mean, you know, like lo kalau parkir bayar di depan, kalau enggak lo harus jalan jauh, type of thing gitu. And then you know you go in and you pay the bartender cheap, and then so you can get like unlimited drinks kind of thing. So ya enggak sih, maksud gue juga enggak terlalu, belum pada saat itu nggak langsung amat sih, cuman when I'm back ada I was blessed. I try working kan, setelah selesai gitu, I try working and my dad it with sama bokap gitu kan. Terus habis itu yang I didn't find it. I think bukan gue nih gitu kan ya.
What was this job?
This like inilah apa namanya, jualan premix.
Oh,
yeah, my parents are in the oil and gas,
Yeah.
transportation and retail gitulah.
That wasn't your thing.
no.
Yeah.
Yeah, because karena my passion is always in music, and
Yeah.
di mana-mana gue pergi pasti either I go watch to clubs, or I collect a lot of CDs and vinyl gitu segala. So I like music, I play a little bit gitu-gitu segala, and then it's always stuck in me. And then cuman kan zaman dulu tuh belum ada internet kan bro.
Yeah.
Back in my boarding school days sampai college, internet tuh itu ada namanya library dulu. Lo itu
Perpustakaan,
lo buat
ya.
perpustakaan tuh, lo research apa juga you can't Google, you
Yeah.
have to look gitu kan ya. Lama banget gitu kan. Oh, so you don't know a lot of things, and then plus your parents juga nggak terlalu terbuka kan ya. Back kalau boomers gitu kan ya, my parents are boomers gitu kan, mereka tuh yang tahu-tahu aja lah, you have to be this and that and this gitu kan. So I didn't know that there's actually there's a music business kayak gitu-gitu tuh. I learned in the later years gitu loh. Apa namanya, just solely into I'm trying to look for my passion gitu. Akhirnya it leads me to a lot of things in music gitu loh.
What was first though? Karena there was Aksara Bookstore, there was Aksara Records, there was T-Lab, there was Cyclo, there was what else? What else did you have?
That's it, bro. No, first I met ini kan like an SD friend gitu. Dia udah kayak introduce me to apa namanya, let's do music business gitu lah. Ini kan kebetulan dulu waktu SD gue sama dia sering dari sekolah tuh my first toko kaset was in Pasar Santa. So that's a lot of things we bought there gitu. Terus jadi gue inget dia gitu kan. Terus habis itu dia bilang ya lu nggak mau bisnis musik gitu kan. Terus habis itu I look around. Terus yang my first music business was I produce Shalomita album.
Wow.
Jadi kebetulan Shalomita is a good friend of mine, and then abis itu kan she's taken an interest to want to have an album gitu. So gue ini aja sih. So I'm actually the executive producer gitu kan. So I look for producers. Itu I learn from by doing aja sih ya, and dari teman gue si Adam nih. And then we pick, like we trying to look for the best producers. Waktu itu I got a Malaysian producer which already have a lot of things that he produced. Apa namanya, all the new R&B sound of Malaysia gitu. Waktu itu it's quite advanced what he did gitu. Malah is too advanced for Jakarta back then.
Why?
The
taste wasn't there.
Yeah, the sound is just too
Pure.
complicated for Indonesian ears back then gitu loh.
Yeah.
Not like
Yeah.
now. Kalau sekarang tuh udah jadi banget kan.
Yeah, yeah.
Again, gara-gara internet, everybody is like exposed to like all this different music gitu kan ya.
I agree.
Ya, terus habis itu
I think I remember those days. I listened to things like neo soul atau bahkan kayak Erika Badu. Kayak I was like, what the fuck is this?
exactly.
Kayak the complication and
Yeah.
everything.
Even jadi yang very simple music, Indonesian music back then itu sampai ke detail kayak lu nge-mixnya yang tipis-tipis aja bro gitu. Terus habis itu jangan terlalu banyak layer gitu. Jadi so it's very simple music structure-nya very simple. Habis itu apa namanya, vokalnya juga paling rame, paling vokal-vokalnya gitu loh. And then pas Shalomita itu kita ngetik vokalnya aja, money producer dari Malaysia-nya kayak banyak banget gitu. Jadi kayak di layer-layer gitu supaya jadinya very new and sounding kayak gitu-gitu segala. Terus abis itu pertama kali gitu karena gue anak lama gitu. Jadi gue my first thing I did, because I love Chandra Darusman so much gitu.
Yeah.
Jadi so I went to Mas Chandra and got a license kekagumanku that was put as the first single-nya Selamita. Nah, terus habis itu and I think Andi Rianto produced that song. Kita minta kayak di house-in sedikit gitu loh. Back then belum ada yang ngelakuin waktu itu. So
Tapi sekarang Mas Andi Rianto lebih kayak gloomy kali ya.
Andi Rianto is actually apa namanya? Was educated in Boston juga.
Wow.
So
Berkeley.
Yes, Berkeley.
Wow.
Terus habis itu, but I didn't know him back then sih. Cuman, but yeah, he's a composer kan. He's a composer kayak gitu-gitu. Ada satu, actually I wrote one song for Shalamita in that album, and then Andi Rianto actually composed and put a really beautiful piano. Apa di situ gitu, yang my piano kayak cuma simple chord gitu doang, sama dia jadi kayak megah total gitu. Yes, like. So that was my first thing gitu. Terus pas gue itu dari Shalomita, like gue ke studio gitu kan. Jadi what I found out in Jakarta, the studio is basically nggak terlalu culture lah. Kalau sekarang bilang gitu kali. Gue, it's very not comfortable gitu. Very kayak gue, of course being seeing things gitu. Jadi I wanna make a really cool studio gitu kan ya. Terus habis itu my parents has a house in Brawijaya, which I live now. Habis itu lagi nggak dipakai kan, dulu gue SMP di situ. Terus habis itu lagi nggak dipakai, gue bilang deh gue jadiin studio aja ya. Habis itu ada this one room, big room like this big, maybe higher, maybe a bit longer gitu. And jadi my take is I wanna get like a small symphony, berapa gitu, bisa 6 orang atau 8 orang bisa masuk sekalian live gitu loh.
How did you manage to convince your parents to do that?
Beg. Yeah, well.
So many pleases.
Please. Yeah, no. Yeah, because I told him that ya udahlah minta pinjaman uang buat bisnis sekali gitu kayaknya, karena I don't think I'm good at what you do gitulah. I cannot be an oil and gas. So he saw that I can make the album gitu kali ya.
Yeah.
Habis itu baru dia kayak agak percaya dikit that actually I can do something in music gitu.
Yeah.
So I did Pendulum Studio waktu itu.
Okay.
And Pendulum Studio was actually pretty good because a lot of Samson, all the new pop Indonesian music was recorded there.
Wow.
Yang a lot of riff was there because Sony Music Indonesia actually rented, like blocked the whole
year.
Yeah.
Wow.
A year, blocked the whole year.
Wow. And I think this was before Aksara Records though.
Oh yeah, this is way
before.
Way before. So when I did the studio gitu, my friend, my temannya kakak gue sih sebenarnya, Winfred. Dia udah started Aksara Bookstore.
Okay.
So Winfred udah dia udah gitu. So he called me up. He's like, yo dude, so you're in music, right? I wanna do my music department gitu loh. Sebelumnya music departmentnya yang urus ada orang lain gitu, terus isinya ya yang what you find in Aquarius gitu kan. So he wanted something new gitu, so he asked me to join and do like a different music department gitu loh. So we sat down and
he basically asked for a new feel gitu.
Exactly. He wanted something new. He wanted basically the music that you can't find in Aquarius lah gitu loh.
Yeah. I remember my first introduction to Kings of Convenience was Aksara.
Yes, it was us at the beginning gitu kan ya. Maksudnya nobody else is brave enough to bring those acts gitu kan.
Yeah.
Jadinya so we did our research, abis itu we found a supplier kayak gitu-gitu segala, and then our first employee was David Tarigan, And
Dan sampai sekarang berarti kan?
no, David Arigan is not with us anymore. He's with the majors kan.
Oh, that's
Sama
right.
Irama Nusantara. Apa namanya? Ya, tetapi the reason
Didn't he help starting it back again pas Aksara Records kembali? Enggak ya?
well, of course I consulted him.
Yeah.
Gitu.
Alright.
Cuman he's already with the majors and
Yeah.
you know, David is good friend of mine also
Yeah,
gitu
yeah.
kan. So I couldn't, you know lah, apa namanya, he's
Afford
happy
him
there gitu.
anymore.
Yes. Nggak, masalahnya juga I feel bad when Aksara Records we have to close Aksara Records back 15 years ago. And then David Arigan was the man basically. He put his heart and soul into the label.
Yeah.
There's nothing else but the label every day. He helped me bangun itu, and then terus habis itu harus tutup itu. I feel bad, and he was kind of shocked for a good year, I think. And then tapi ya, that I'm very happy that he found when David joined
The majors.
yes, the majors, and yeah, he's happy. And then he did the
Yeah,
Irama
yeah.
Nusantara.
Betul. Ya.
Yeah, so good. Which is recently they did ulang tahun ke-10-nya. They did like a really nice festival di some gallery, some museum in dekat Senen situ. It's really excellent event.
Wow.
Iya, itu. Ya itu. So when I did the Aksara Music kan, we are very surprised. Tiba-tiba, loh ini banyak juga nih yang mau beli nih all this indie stuff, you know, like
Ya.
you know, indie pop, indie band, electronics, and then kayak gitu-gitu, terus bilangnya, wah ini ada juga nih yang suka gitu kan ya. Lakunya cukup banyak gitu loh. Terus of course back then tuh si David bilang, ini you have to check these bands man, ini lagi ini Indonesian band keren-keren banget gitu loh.
Ini
Lagi
dia nih.
ada gerakannya ini apa namanya, anak-anak mainnya di Bibis waktu itu.
Yeah,
There's
yeah,
this
yeah.
bar in
Bibis.
Menteng bagi yang nggak tahu.
Yeah.
There's like small bar, cuman like everybody's there. You know, like jadi pada main kan, terus habis itu yang come on, kita lu harus lihat nih gitu. So I went to see the Brandals at the beginning and I was like, wow, dude, you know, it's the
Yeah.
coolest ever gitu. Terus habis itu upstairs,
White shoes.
yeah, one shoes, sore, the first time, you know, sore pertama kali gue ngeliat sore datang ke kita undang untuk main karena I've been hearing stories about them, so I invited him to play in Aksara gitu kan. Jadi komunitasnya udah lumayan, ada yang denger gini, terus kita buat local acts gitu play in Aksara kan. So sore played gitu the first minute I just
This was the full band.
yes.
Wow.
Yes.
Aksara mana, Mas?
Just come here, dude.
Oh, di sini. Oke.
Gila.
Terus?
Iya, acak adul aja men di
Iya,
tengahnya situ seperti gubrak-gubrakan aja gitu. Terus anak-anak pada emperan aja di bawah gitu loh. It was fun, you know, like terus habis itu ya udah pas gue denger mereka main, gue langsung I knew that ini. Tapi before that si David, it was an easy marriage between Aksara and my studio gitu kan, maksudnya.
Oh ya, of course.
Jadi Aksara Records terjadi itu karena gue punya studio sama kontennya si David ini. Basically kita dulu tuh cuman kayak mau kayak bikin apa ya? We have to document the scene back then gitu loh. Makanya pertama kali terjadilah Jakarta sekarang itu.
Ya.
Itu benar-benar purely on documenting the scene back then gitu loh, the music scene, which is very fun. And itu terus habis itu back then people were like, dude, you crazy man, you know, you wanna do this? They're like, yeah, why not gitu kan. Habis itu yang pas rilisnya Jakarta sekarang kita mainin di Citos, di bar-bar mainstream gitu yang gede banget, di Score gede banget
di
tuh.
Score.
Everybody play 3 song gitu, Teenage Death Star. So you name it lah, everybody played. And then from there we siapa duluan ya? Kita lagi ngerekam sore, terus tiba-tiba The Adams came to us bilang kalau we are actually ready, tinggal di mixing atau tinggal beberapa lagi lah rekaman drum atau apa gitu. So The Adams we release first kalau nggak salah. Terus habis itu White Shoes, Sore, and a lot of. We did a lot of compilation. Apa namanya jazz masa kini.
Yeah.
And electronic tuh ada Jakarta apa project itu gue lupa. And then I mean from there on emang kita tuh kenapa Aksara Records balik lagi tuh?
No, but kenapa Aksara Records berhenti berarti?
Oh berhenti,
Balik lagi?
Okay. So
This was 50. The stories that you told adalah cerita-cerita yang membangun musisi zaman sekarang yang kita dengerin gitu. Dan this was, I mean, whenever they tell the story of how they become them, they will talk about Aksara gitu. Atau bahkan orang-orang di luar musik, mereka akan cerita tentang what you built in this particular part of the city gitu. Dan it was all good. It was all very nice until it closed down 15 years ago. What happened?
Well, apa namanya? First we didn't know what the fuck to do, like it's our first experience gitu kan. And there's always like that inilah apa namanya reason lah. Cuman the biggest reason also the internet was getting stronger. So and then
Wow, it was a threat.
it was, yes, because people are like downloading it for free.
Wow.
Yeah,
I
there's
get it.
no Spotify back then.
Yeah.
So everybody just like downloading itu, habis itu you can get it for free, right? So they don't need, they don't need to buy anymore gitu loh.
Yeah.
And then pembajakan was up there. It was
I
like
have to be
crazy.
honest with you.
Yeah.
I got my first, I think, Sore album from Four Shared.
Iya kan? Iya gitu lah. Jadi ya those elements sama apa namanya? Ya sama kita punya apa namanya? Enggak. We actually tried to do everything professionally back then. Aksara Records kita bajak orang distribusinya Universal dulu. Jadi dulu tuh kalau lu ke toko-toko kaset di seluruh Indonesia, kita udah ada satu rak sendiri yang namanya
Indie.
Aksara Records.
Oh, oke.
Jadi yang lain Sony, BMG kayak gitu-gitu kan, Universal, udah ada rak-raknya gitu loh. Cuman ada satu nih Aksara Records, and we are all over Indonesia already gitu loh.
Oh.
And then our marketing muscle was, I don't know, maybe 5 to 10 people gitu loh, concentrating on promoting albums, like launching this video clip there, kayak gitu-gitu. Cuman emang, again, we did it too fast, I think, ya. We were trying to release everything gitu karena di pikiran kita tuh, ya paling nggak we have to do a lot of things, paling nggak nanti dari semua itu pasti ada yang laku 1,000 kayak gitu loh. Jadi kalau nggak ada, we have to finance another album kayak gitu lah. Cuman, and then maybe there's ada elemen kayak apa namanya, kita kecepatan ya dari album ke satu gitu. And then akhirnya
There wasn't enough runway, I guess.
exactly, we spend too much money, and then there's no putaran
Demand,
demand berkurang dari pembajakan dari itu.
How did before we talk about the comeback gitu?
Yeah.
It must have felt like shit.
It
I mean, imagine growing up in New York, wishing that you could create all that, kembali ke Jakarta, akhirnya berhasil membuat itu. And then a couple of years, here comes the internet, there goes the demand. And all your dreams and wishes that you wanted to make disappeared. Gitu. How did it feel for you personally?
It was, of course, all of us suffered. I was in Japan waktu itu, and then with Winfred, and then we had a long talk gitu. Habis itu yang we decide to close it, and then I have to like break the news to my other partners kayak David kayak gitu kan.
How many people were working for you?
I don't know, maybe 10 to 15 gitu. Yeah, 10 to 15 people, maybe 20 kayak gitu. Jadi bawahnya studio, atasnya Aksara Records waktu itu di Brawijaya. Yeah, we had to break the news, and then that's about it. And all the albums that we produce for the bands, we actually return to them. Kita bilang udah deh, you can do whatever you want. It's yours now. Tapi compilation, the rights still with us until now. Wow. Gitu sih.
So there it goes. Abis itu, but I think those were the years for everything else gitu. Again, Cyclo, T-Lab, akhirnya pada muncul-munculan to the bookstore gitu. I like to call it the great golden era of Kemang.
Yes, indeed.
What happened to Kemang?
Macet, bro. No, seriously. Kemang, kita kan udah bertahun-tahun di Aksara sini kan ya.
Yeah.
Next story. Abis itu you feel the decline of people, of traffic, people coming in gitu. You feel it because there's a lot of pembangunan kan. Abis itu Campville they try to build waktu itu pertama kali pas Campville dibikin itu tambah macet. Nah kayak gitu-gitu, jadi udah declining, orang-orang tuh udah males ke Kemang gitu loh. There's one period of time that people stop coming to Kemang.
Yeah, and I don't see this just here. I see it. I mean, if we talk about London gitu misalnya, Camden was the place atau it was the hit place.
Yeah.
Until here comes Shoreditch.
Yeah.
And
The East London.
Yeah, the East London.
I was
gitu.
there a couple months ago.
Exactly, right?
Yeah.
It's a whole different thing gitu. Back then,
was.
Shoreditch was Camden gitu.
Yeah,
Same thing kayak misalnya maybe in Montreal as well gitu, or somewhere else in the world.
I mean, kayak di Brooklyn gitu kali ya.
Iya gitu.
I think it's about also about kalau di sana ya, it's about ini sih biasanya yang apa namanya, all the cool people gitu kan they cannot afford much, ya kan? Iya benar. So jadi kayak di Brooklyn gitu dulu, sekarang sih udah mahal banget ya. Tapi dulu orang kesana tuh gara-gara the property are still cheap.
Well, that makes sense. The cool people are where the broke are. Ya kan? Jadi well, that makes total sense. Kemang jadi lebih mahal dan tidak menjadi keren karena yang keren biasanya orang miskin gitu. Cuman if we talk about, I think those era gitu. Was it a culture shift gitu? Karena
it was actually.
It was crazy. Yeah. This road was
Kemang
crazy.
was such a cool place back then kan ya. Abis itu you find terus, tapi lama kelamaan ada orang mau bikin bar yang gak jelas-jelas gitu loh, yang kayak sorry guys, I mean, why the hell you call yourself? Just can you be more obvious? I want to go. Why? I want to be one. Like what's up with that?
The other one next to it.
Yeah, some shit like
you wanna go to
you wanna go to gitu. What? Yeah, kayak gitulah. Jadi ada orang-orang yang kayak gitu-gitu yang udah rada salah sih ya. Twilight was kind of cool ya, dulu ada coffee like a restaurant kayak gitu-gitu ya.
Well, I think Murphy's was even cool.
Yeah, Murphy's dope, man. Even kalau Murphy kan baru-baru aja ya.
Bener, even in front of Murphy's there was Champions if you know.
Yeah, Champion was the shit.
I grew up at Champions because on the weekends we would drive there. We would watch F1 because that was the only place that would air F1.
Terus the foodnya juga enak lagi makanannya.
Exactly.
Gila.
Although there was so many white people there, but it was the talk of the town until fucking 10 years ago.
Yeah.
What? So
no, I strongly believe it's the macet that
ruined it.
That stopped people coming, because I felt it gitu waktu di Kemang. People are like tired, and then you see outside tuh mobil banyak banget ini. Jadi people are really tired gitu, especially people that yang ke Kemang cuma orang yang tinggal di situ gitu loh.
Yeah. So from the perspective of someone that is in charge of I say most of the hits places in Kemang, how do you see the culture in Jakarta sekarang, terutama Jakarta Selatan?
Well, Jakarta Selatan is shifting to Senopati, right? Like everybody's in Senopati, or CBD is the shit now gitu kan ya. All the cool bars are there, like you name it lah, Cocktail Club, Zodiac is
Yeah.
there, kayak gitu-gitu segala, and then there's Asta, there's so many things to do there gitu, like
Yeah.
all the hip restaurants, Pacific Place gitu, people go there. And then like I enjoy because I have a restaurant now in Asta gitu kan ya. That's what I
Which
do
one
now.
is that?
It's Batisserie di
I see. Okay, berarti sering.
jadi ya gue suka kayak tadi malam contohnya gue I was playing vinyl in my restaurant. There's just
Yeah,
like
yeah,
yours,
yeah.
So I played jazz and like gitu-gitu dari jam 7 sampai jam 9. And then I played in cocktail club from 9 o'clock until I don't know
Wow.
what the hell time gitu. So I walk actually gitu loh. I walk from
Yeah.
there and then
Wow, how was it?
Yeah, it's very good. That's what I do almost like every now and then gitu loh,
Yeah.
every week. Jadi kayak gitu ke cocktail club. Sekarang ada bar
Asta,
Miglia.
yeah, yeah.
Ada bar Miglia, habis itu ke yang satu lagi tuh yang restoran sebelumnya. Terus habis itu kalau itu nyebrang ke Zodiac kayak gitu
Yeah.
loh. Jadi emang it's very fun. It's a really cool thing gitu loh. And I love my best club I still love Zodiac gitu karena the place is very cool. The size is important.
Yeah.
And then the DJ play there. The music is really good gitu loh.
And being the pioneer is important.
Yes, yeah.
Right?
Well, sometimes being a pioneer is not.
Speaking from a pioneer.
Harus banyak perjuangannya
I
gitu bro.
agree. Nobody gives a shit. Nobody gives a shit if you're a pioneer.
Nanti lu pioneer, lu yang bikin tapi yang nikmatin
Coba.
orang lain.
I totally understand.
Yeah.
That's exactly the podcast industry. But tapi to be apa ya? I think how I feel about it, yang perbedaannya adalah back then when we talk about Kemang gitu atau hanging out di Jakarta Selatan, I don't think it was about money. It was about being with people that you think is cool enough for you and having to talk about the things that you want to talk about gitu. I mean, we go to your store, we chill, we wouldn't spend millions gitu. I think it's difficult now untuk lo ke Senopati without spending half a mil, you know. I think that's what makes it different. Jadi the question is there cost to being cool?
Nah, well, of course. I mean, cool or not, there's always cost anyway. But cuman apa namanya, like, there's always, if you see Reality Bites, have you seen like a movie back then? See, Winona Ryder and Ethan Hawke.
Okay. Ethan
It's
Hawke.
like they were like they were they graduated, baru lulus gitu dari college gitu. And then they were speaking about like what you just told me gitu. They're kind of like dating gitu kan ya. So they were like broke ass gitu. Yang si Winona Ryder this character dia dikasih bapaknya credit card jadi semuanya dia dari bensin ke terus habis itu beli belanjaan semuanya pakai kredit bapaknya gitu. Terus habis itu kan terus si Ethan Hawke of course don't have that the same thing gitu. Jadi but he's kind of cool. It's like you only need $5 a coffee and a cigarette to have fun with your girlfriend. Kayak gitu, it's kind of cool, you don't really need that much money for having fun, coffee is like what 25,000 bro. I mean terus and then gila sekarang tuh the options are more
than back then. I agree.
Gitu. Jadi kayak lu kemana pun juga Bintaro is dope man, I heard Bekasi is now it's kind of dope. Apa namanya, a lot of good coffee shops are happening and then the designs are getting there gitu loh. Bintaro apalagi kan. Jadi udah keren banget gitu. Jadi so
it's moving to the direction that you've always wanted to move to.
Definitely. I mean, I think we are there gitu loh. Tapi kayak di dunia F&B aja sebenarnya di Jakarta itu you think that it's freaking amazing, whatever is expensive, whatnot. Cuman kalau lu compare nggak usah jauh-jauh ya sama Bali pun kita udah kayak ketinggalan jauh gitu loh.
Understand. Yeah.
Kayak lo makanan, minuman, bar kayak gitu-gitu kan sekarang gila lo kalau ke Bali
Yeah.
di Canggu satu area perairan aja udah kayak what the hell is going on there gitu
Got it,
kan ya.
yeah.
There's always new things popping up there gitu loh. Jadi emang apa namanya we're nothing compared to nggak usah jauh-jauh Bali aja apalagi sama Singapura sama Tokyo gitu gila loh. Kita we're still a baby in F&B gitu. Jadi there's a lot of opportunity for people that wants to be in F&B masih banyak peluang sebenarnya.
Yeah.
menurut saya.
So, well, I think now that we've reached about, I think we've talked about the past and how great it was and a shift to how it is today. Maybe the conversation should be welcome back to the music industry. Karena finally, Aksara Records is back after 15 years.
Yes.
I heard albumnya Ardito. I feel like shit not knowing the title. You can remind me of Wijaya Kusuma,
Yeah.
who was bloody brilliant. The orchestra, the introduction to it. I loved it so much. I told this to Dito as well, and I was shocked because this was under Aksara Records, Dito. And I think the quality is back. And why? What made you say we have to go back?
Well, it's the love of producing music. That's
Never
why.
left.
No, it's always stuck on us. But that's the only good thing that we can do. You know.
Well, you've done many good things in your life.
No, I mean in the label itself, the parts that we do well is the producing
Got
part.
it.
Yeah. So like not distribution, not marketing, not whatever lah gitu loh. So the producing part is always what we love to do gitu loh and wanted to do more. And why we are back also sekarang kita lihat apa namanya the love of Indonesian music now it's more than ever. All these kids. Yeah, thanks to like people like Discordia, my bro Merdi basically worked for Aksara Music for a while also.
Wow.
Yeah, so Merdi and Aat also in our family Aksara. Basically they introduce Indonesian disco 70s to this like new kids and then they love our music too. Menggila gitu Indonesian back in my days ya. Back in my days too, Barat, everything is Barat, Metallica lah, apalah.
Yeah.
You know, everything Barat.
was noisy.
Indonesia was like, it was no easy for Indonesian artists to break lah gitu loh.
Yeah.
But now the infrastructure also is already here.
Yeah.
You name it lah, Spotify is here, Deezer, apa ada semua.
Yeah.
So it's good internetnya udah ada, udah jelas lah semuanya. So that's why we are back.
Wow.
Gitu.
Did it take some time to adapt?
Well, we're still adapting. We don't know what to do now.
Well, okay. Then what's the long-term plan then?
Long-term plan. We're going to be making a big empire.
Who doesn't want that?
No. Apa ya? No, we're just take it. We are taking it very slowly. This time, if we want to back, it's going to be for a business which is profitable, gitu loh. So
Business comes first.
yeah, I mean, you know what's good about apa namanya 15 years ago, what we built actually, yang sekarang masih sampai harum tuh adalah namanya Aksara Records gitu. So we are not wasting money in that gitu. So
I get it, yeah.
And that's why we are very lucky and to have to carry the name back 15 years ago until now itu masih harum. Jadi it's easier for us to relaunch it gitu sama if to brand like you know like there's 3 division in Aksara Records now. So there's one as the label, and one is events, and another one is merchandise.
Okay.
Gitu. So the merchandise bit is actually we not doing it like a regular merchandise gitu loh. We treat it as a fashion label gitu. So it's another entity gitu. It's a different entity gitu. Jadi
takes everything seriously.
yeah, and then distribution and then we are selling the name Aksara Records in the merch aja masih laku gitu loh.
Iyalah.
We tried we open in Bright Spot kemarin and then amazing ini apa namanya reception gitu loh.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Well, now that Aksara Records is back, I can't wait to have the rest of the family back as well.
Okay.
I mean, I love a good. I haven't seen a quick customized T-shirt production yang zaman dulu gue bisa ke Plaza Indonesia ya dulu ya. Plaza Indonesia. It was nice and quick. I think I still have the shirt. Abis itu we can't wait to go to the bookstore again to have nice dates. I think people my age they go to Aksara for quick bookshop dates as well. Jadi we can't wait for those kind of days back. Anyway, Hanin, thank you for being on the show.
Oh, thank you so much for inviting.
Anything else you want to add? Maybe anything to promote?
Please listen to our new album release Kurosuke news album.
Betul.
Distant Memories, and then yang Bilal Indrajaya juga ada albumnya Pasar Pasar Turi. Please hear it in Spotify and all your favorite streaming companies.
Perfect. Kalau gitu terima kasih banyak Om Hanin sekali lagi. My name is Yas Lawrence.
And my name is Hanindito Sidharta.
And I'll see you guys next week. Bye-bye.
See you.